email, but also the cost of content is plummeting. The production costs are plummeting, which is making content much more available. And then there's technologies. Well, bandwidth is up. I've managed to get BT Infinity installed, which I'm probably the only one in the UK. But that's given me 47 meg now into the home. So I do watch content streamed. And even that I've got Sky Anytime Plus now, which is where you can download content onto your box across over the internet. And I can get a movie down in about 3.5 minutes. So I want to watch it, 3.5 minutes later it's on my box and I'm watching it now, which helps. Compression's improving. HTML5, which is this new way of writing content, writing to the screen, is now becoming ubiquitous, and thank goodness for that, because it makes an ability to author once and appear on many devices. And the delivery is becoming commoditized. It used to be fantastic to own the delivery mechanism. It's getting less so today in the television. I'm going to talk about my entertainment. Now, I'm fairly special, of course, because I live in this industry and I love my home entertainment, but that's how I started. Do you remember those? I was so pleased with this television. I had 2 speakers, one either side. That's where my entertainment started, probably about 15 years ago. Let's look now what my entertainment looks like now. Well, I've got a load of screens. I think I've got 7 flat screens around the house. I've got FreeSat. I've got Freeview, the HD version of Freeview actually. I've got BT Vision, well I would do. I created the thing. I don't use it much, which is not very good. I've got Sky HD, I've got 3 Sky HD boxes. I've got Blu-ray. I've got a Wii. I've got an Xbox. I have got a PS3. I've got 2 iPads. I've got iPhones. I've got Blackberries. I've got a Slingbox, which takes my content and allows it to be pushed out. So I could log in here and watch my Sky content across open internet by logging into my Slingbox. I've got an Apple TV box, which is what they call jailbroken, which means I can put other stuff on it that Apple don't want me to put on it. And using that, I get a load of content of what is called a NAS server, which means I've got a load of movies that I can watch straight onto it. There's my NAS server. I've got about 4 Macs. So that's my technology environment. This is all the stuff I can use to watch television with. I've got BT Vision as a service. I've got Sky HD. I've got Sky Anytime Plus. I've got Sky Go, which allows me to watch Sky anywhere on multiple devices. I use iTunes quite a bit. I'm subscribed to Netflix. I subscribe to Love Film. I use YouTube. I use the Slingbox app on all of my devices. I've got DVDs. I've still got those things. It's hard. I use iPlayer. I use 4 on demand. I use ITV Player. And I use something called ZBox. I'm going to talk a bit more about ZBox in a moment. How am I getting it delivered? I've got Ethernet. I've got 38 connected devices in the home. I've got Wi-Fi. I've got 3G. I've got AirPlay, which allows me to throw content from my devices onto my screen. I've got DLNA, which allows me to discover content across devices. And of course, I've got BT Infinity. So from where I went from that one television, this is where I am now. So from a technology perspective and services perspective, life has changed massively for me. Now, you won't have all this stuff. If you have, well done. But you're going to start getting bits of it. And it's this transition. So what does it mean to me? It means that from a TV perspective, 60% is now time shifted in my home. I watch probably the news and sport. The rest of it, I cannot be bothered to watching broadcast. I don't see any point. I record it, I catch up on it, I put it down from the web, I watch it differently, I don't bother. I watch movies through Sky Movies Anytime, iTunes, Netflix, and off my NAS server. My kids are belly vision experts, which means they lie on the couch with a PC on their belly, watching television, but then using Twitter, Facebook, YouTube on the belly. And they can do it and follow everything in every which way. And big events, we use ZBox. We use ZBox extensively, and I'm going to talk about ZBox now, at the Jubilee concert. What it really showed me was what tweets people were saying continually. So we were watching the television, and on the second screen, following everybody's comments about whether they thought Shirley Bassey, in fact Grace Jones was probably a hula hooping Did anybody watch the Hula Hooping Grace Jones game? That caused a great deal of discussion. We're going to talk about these two. So ZBox, from the guy who created iPlayer, left the BBC, Anthony Rose. What this does, let me read it. ZBox is the new way to watch television. It's a social connecting you to your television, watching friends, so you can chat, share, and tweet about what's ever on. Great thing with this thing, by the way, Sky's invested in it. They're not stupid. They took 10 million for 10%, I think, valued at about 100 million, and it's only been going about 12 months. What it does is it takes that control of the broadcast media and the exploitation of that broadcast media from the television onto a second screen. So at the moment it shows tweets, so you see stuff and you can comment, and it's called Z tags, which brings up information that complements what you're watching on TV. But what it will do over time, it'll take the exploitation, commercial exploitation of broadcast television away from ITV, away from 4 on demand, and give it to ZBox. Because this thing, you see a BMW ad come up, this thing can then give you a much deeper BMW experience on your iPad or on your iPhone. Similar product actually happening in the US, something called Flingo. Probably slightly clever. What this does, it puts an agent on your television, watches what comes through, figures out what the first few frames of a video looks like, understands what content it is, goes up to the cloud, and then brings you back more information about that. So if you put an Avatar DVD in with this product on your TV, suddenly your second screen will start giving you more Avatar information by going back to the cloud and coming back. But it's about interrupting what are standard commercial models that we're all used to, where the broadcaster owns the content. Suddenly the second screen is taking that away. Some other ones you should look out for. Roku looks like Apple TV, doing fairly well, about 2.5 million sold worldwide. We've got Google TV, failed first time round, is now being reinvented. Samsung have put a Google TV box out. I expect them to do better second time. They've got enough money to make that one a success. We've also got Amazon Video now, which I've actually got some stats very quickly. Amazon now has got 22 million US customers, streaming customers, and 2 million international customers. Yahoo Connected TV got 75,000 TV shows and movies that you can get on a Toshiba, Samsung, Sony, and Vizio TVs. Starts to then get interesting with the likes of Get Glue. I'm going to read this. You check in, and after you check in to a program, so you say, I'm now checked in, and by checking in, you get rewards. So you get stickers, virtual stickers that says, well done, you're watching this, and those stickers, the more you get, the more value you get for your TV. But again, it's grabbing that interaction, that television watching, and giving it to somebody else. Yuami, same sort of thing, but this one, as I'm not, let's see if this is the one I'm thinking. Yeah, this one actually listens to the sound off your TV. It's got an audio recognition that listens, and by listening knows what you're watching, and by knowing what you're watching gives you information connected to what you're watching. So it's using that audio stream coming out the TV. Similar thing with Mizo, does the same thing, again checking in. Same again with Tuna Fish. These are the big startups that are coming out the US. Yap TV the same, and AOL TV AIO TV I quite like. Takes all your content, puts it into a stream, and gives you a broadcast stream across the internet based on what you like. So create your own virtual channels and broadcast it to you to watch. What's also happening a lot, which again is interesting, is that people are taking their normal internet sites and reinventing them for television. So making them work on television. So HTML5 is helping that, but standard things that used to work on your PCs are now being reinvented for the TV. A good one to look at is YouTube. Do /leanback at the end of the YouTube URL, and you'll get that top one come up, and it's a television version of YouTube, which is turning up on a lot of devices, but it's happening. Red Bull actually getting quite clever at taking this new technology and exploiting it. And what do we expect to see ultimately? Well, all sorts of things are going on with karaoke, I don't think email is going to particularly work. A lot of security, a lot of video conferencing going on, a lot of Skype moving to the TV. If you look at Skype's last statements, the last 2 or 3 months is that the TV is their new video conferencing device, so you can sit in front of the television and find the kids and watch and talk. But the marketing hasn't changed. You've still got to follow the money. The difficulty is knowing where that money's going. Following the money, knowing on which one of those multiple devices and multiple services any individual is going to use is getting more and more difficult. You've got to understand context, need and usage of an individual. You've got to track and repurpose for multiple devices. Thank goodness differentiate through creativity, but you've got to engage through social, own, share and rip. People expect now content to be owned, shared and rippable. That's the new world that's out there. But tracking those money flows, as I said, is becoming very difficult with the